You can manage classrooms and create classrooms from your admin dashboard. If you go admin dashboard, the first icon you will probably see, unless you've saved favourites, is manage classrooms under the classrooms tab and the purple icons. If we click on this, you can also create classrooms in here as well. You will see it brings up a list of all your classrooms to date within the date range above. So you can be specific or you can drill down depending on your date range or which particular courses you want to look at. So when naming a class, you need to name a class in a way that's going to help you when you've got a list of classrooms here to find the one that you want so that you can click on whichever one you need. In this instance, we're not going to look at our existing classes, we're going to create a classroom. Click on Create Classroom, and this takes you to the screen to pick which class you want to do. I'm going to set up a pet first aid class. You can either type it in here, or you can click on the icon and go through the different options that are available. I'm clicking on pet first aid in my search box, and it's going to search for whatever classes relate to that topic. As you can see, it comes up with pet first aid and advanced pet first aid. So you need to be specific about how you type in the words so that they come up in the right order. So sometimes you're best to just click on the icons as you see them. It shows me that this class can be either done in a classroom or online. Obviously we're going to set up a classroom course for this one. It also allows me to choose if I'm teaching this for a company. I can then pick any of the companies from my company list in order to teach it for them. So if it's a private class for, say, Jones's Vets, I'd put that in here. I might decide to list this as a public class, and I'll show you that way in a minute. I'm going to choose that I'm going to do this on Saturday the 16th, and I'm going to pick that date as a start and finish date, and I'm going to say that I'm going to do it 9 till 5. You can write this in whichever format you want. You can do 0900 to 1700, or you can just type it as you wish in there. It isn't case sensitive. The class name, I'm going to call it Jones's Vets, which is who I'm going to be doing the training for, and I'm going to be running this class on the 16th of the 9th so that I know what that is. I can put pet first aid in here, but it will come up with that in my list, so I don't particularly need to. Here I choose which instructor out of all my instructors in my centre is going to be teaching it. And I'm going to leave the capacity at 12, just in case they add extra students to what I already know about. The maximum that I can teach with one instructor is 12. As it's a private class for a company, I'm not going to put in the cost per student because my arrangement is with the manager and I will just charge them a price, so I don't need to do this. But I need to take the tick out of the public box in order for it to not appear on pro courses and not have outside people book onto that course. I might wish to send a personal message out to all the students that booked onto that class just before that class. If I click here, I can then choose what I want the message to say and how many days in advance I want to send it out. That's particularly useful if you're doing blended training, because you might want to say to them 7 days before, please don't forget to complete the online part before you come to the classroom. So it's quite a useful tool. I'm then going to put in the location of my classroom and where I want my certificates to be mailed to. It will come up with the most recent information in the system, so if I need to change that, I have to put use alternate address. Okay, if I now click create, what will happen is a blue box will appear and it will give me a hyperlink to that particular classroom. If we look out for that now, when I click update class, so it's now given me all the information about the class and allowing me to add students. And as you can see, it gives me a student sign up link. So what I might do is copy and paste this and then send it to the company so that they can give it to each of their employees so that they can book onto the course. If they then click on this link, it will look like this. And it will show that I have logged into the system and that I've created an account for myself and that I now wish to book on the course. This will automatically put the students directly into the course. We can also list the course as a public course, so if I hadn't wanted to do it for a company such as Jones's Vets and made it a private class, I could have made it a public class. If I'd made it a public class, that would allow me to advertise the course on pro courses. So I'm just going to change this now back to a public class so you can see what that will look like. I'm now going to just call this Pet First Aid 16th of the 9th because it's not for Jones's Vets. And then I'd want to put in a cost per student. So in this instance, I'm going to say that it is £45. It shows me below what the average price is for that particular course, and that's based on everybody currently advertising that course. I'm going to mark it as a public course, which means that it will appear on the Pro Courses website. And if I put in the details here, if there's going to be lunch or any other information, it gives you an idea of what to put. I'm still going to list it at the same place, and I'm going to save that. And if I was a student and I was searching for a pet first aid course, I would find it here. So I'd then search for courses coming up within this time, and you can see that it's got my course listed at the top here. A student who is interested in this course would click on that link to find out the information and be able to reserve their seat on that course by clicking the Reserve Your Seat button. They would then find themselves populated into the classroom, and you'd be able to process that class paperwork and access any more information.